Before using the panel saw, it will be important to carry out some necessary pre-operational checks. These checks will not only ensure a safe work environment, but also the correct machine setting to give you high quality output. The pre-operational checks include machine cleanliness, machine dust bag, ensuring the correct saw blade, verifying the cross-cut fence measurement and rip table measurement, and verifying the squareness. Before starting work on the panel saw, it is important to inspect the machine as well as the surrounding area to ensure there are no offcuts, dust, tools or other items lying around. Items left lying around on the machine or floor can impact the machine operation or be a hazard to operators. If necessary, pick up and dispose of all offcuts, sweep down the machine surfaces and store away any unnecessary items or tools. After inspecting the machine and machine area, inspect the dust bag. It is important to make sure that the dust bag is secure and not overfilled with dust. An overfilled dust bag will impact the dust extraction system. The panel saw can be used to cut a range of different materials and sizes. Before using the panel saw, ensure that the correct blade is installed for the job to be carried out. You can inspect the blade by opening the blade side guard and checking the blade information, for example, the size, tooth count, recommended RPM, and so on. Using the correct blade will ensure optimal blade performance and high quality work. It is important to verify the cross-cut measurement or setting. In other words, that the cut length of the workpiece accurately matches the set length on the guide ruler. To verify the cross-cut measurement, select a suitable offcut, approximately 550mm by 270mm. Check the workpiece along its length for a square and straight edge. If the workpiece does not have a square edge, then set the workpiece on the saw and cut the workpiece along its length to produce a square and straight edge. Set the square edge of the workpiece against the guide and trim one of the ends. Now set the stop on the guide ruler to 500mm. Turn the workpiece over and placing it against the stop, trim the opposite end. Remove the workpiece from the blade and check the cut length using a measuring tape to ensure that it matches the set length set on the guide ruler. If the cut length matches the set length, the guide ruler is accurate and you can now carry out your work. If the cut length does not match the set length, you will need to adjust the guide ruler. To adjust the guide ruler, loosen the locking knob and move the ruler accordingly. To check the accuracy of the rip fence measurement, select a suitable workpiece. Set it on the saw against the rip fence and trim the workpiece. Now set the rip fence guide to 250mm and lock the guide in place. Turn the workpiece 180 degrees, place the cut edge against the rip fence and trim the opposite end. Remove the workpiece from the blade and check the cut length using a measuring tape to ensure that it matches the length set on the guide ruler. If the cut length does not match the set length, you will need to adjust the guide ruler. To adjust the guide ruler, loosen the locking screws using an Allen key. Move the ruler accordingly and tighten the locking screws. Now continue repeating the previous steps until the cut length matches the set length. Before using the panel saw, it is important to check that the panel saw is set to produce accurate and square sides to each other. To check the panel saw squareness, we use the 5-side cut technique. First, select a suitable workpiece approximately 610mm by 610mm. Mark one edge A as the reference edge. We can now perform the 5-sided cuts. Cut 1, make a clean cut along edge A. Cut 2, rotate the workpiece 90 degrees counterclockwise and make a second cut. Cut 3. Rotate the workpiece once again 90 degrees counterclockwise and make the third cut. Cut 4. Rotate the workpiece 90 degrees counterclockwise and make the fourth cut. Cut 5. The workpiece will now be back at side A. Now set the stop and make the final cut along edge A to produce a strip that is approximately 13mm thick. Take the strip from the saw and measure its width at both ends using a ruler. The panel saw will be accurate and square when both ends measure the same size. If both ends do not measure the same size, it will be necessary to adjust the cross-cut fence and once again repeat the 5-sided cuts. Continue repeating the 5-sided cuts until the panel saw cuts square. Wiseman Institute is a leading provider of business improvement and technical training solutions. We specialise in cabinet making, engineering, food processing, bread baking, and building and construction.